geekshowpodcast.com. Welcome to it.
Hey.
Woo!
We are at Dub Ruvies here in Salt Lake City.
It's a cinema pub.
Ruvies Cinema Pub. It's where they show movies and
watch
you can
movies and drink beer.
and you can have an adult beverage
That's right.
and a French dip sandwich.
Only when it's on special, bruh.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Brah.
Ask for it.
Brah.
Let's welcome the sponsors, thank them, and then we'll meet the panel. I want to thank PCLaptops.com. Dan can fix any brand of PC, and if you get a...
I said, aye.
Well, you need that, is what you need. Also, if you get your desktop through him, lifetime desktop parts and labor warranty.
Damn
Nobody
straight.
does that but him. Dr. Volt's Comic Connection, 2043 East, 3300 South. Isn't it nice to have a friendly comic book store?
So he is.
Go in and get a hold from those guys.
My only reservation is that they should just change the name to The Enablers.
The Enablers. SecretCompassCollectibles.com, where I'm going to purchase the Chalice of Kali so that I can drink from the skull and go into a hallucinogenic state.
Hells yeah.
Also, the North American Discworld Convention. Terry Pratchett, Sir Terry Pratchett will be there, and it all benefits his favorite charities, which is Alzheimer's and orangutans.
There you go.
That's right.
Two things. You have the
What else is
librarian
there?
in the Discworld book was an orangutan, and Terry Pratchett has Alzheimer's.
So nadwcon.org. It's in Madison, Wisconsin, July 8th through the 11th. Also want to thank Newmont University. Why don't you get a job with the computers, because they're the future, Scott Pierce.
Is that like the Facebook?
It's like the Faces book, yes.
No, it's like your future overlord.
It is Newmont.edu. That's NEUMONT.edu.
The Facebook is on computers now.
It's on the computers now.
Shut
Also
your
want to thank the Beam Me Up Scotties for our opening theme. They are performing at Uncommon Grounds in Ogden on Friday, March 18th at 7 p.m. So go see them. All right.
All right.
Let's meet the panel.
What kind of a doctor is Dr. Volts?
A doctor.
He's actually a doctor of geekometrics.
Oh.
Geeksology.
Geeksology?
I've been through the whole gamut with Dr. Volts from start to finish, and they're amazing customer service-wise.
Oh, they
beginning
really
to
are.
end.
Let's meet the panel. Scott Pierce.
Hi, I'm back, even though Carrie hates me.
I don't hate you.
Shut up, you.
It's Shannon that hates
Oh, wait,
just
I was
Char-
wrong. It's Shannon who hates me.
It's just Charlie Sheen that hates you, Scott.
That's true.
This episode, they're going to debate the merits of Golden Girls for an hour.
Leave me and my blow alone.
I promise that Scott and I will not dominate the episode
I
this time.
apologize.
That was my fault because
No, it's my fault.
I kept begging you on. sltrib.com to read his TV criticism.
Could
and
could even possibly email me, and I might possibly email you back.
spierce at
sltrib.com.
sltrib.com. And slugmag.com is where you find Jimmy Martin's reviews,
Howdy do.
along with Jeff Weiss, his big movie mouth-off partner.
ParallelUniverse.msn.com is where you can read my stuff.
Jeff will be covering Comic-Con for them and writes the occasional very important article.
It's interesting that it's somehow appropriate that you've gone from one parallel universe to another. But at least you've left the evil Voldemort dimension.
Lee George Cade, ladies and gentlemen, Lee George Cade.
Hi, Lee.
He's the last toy maker to the king.
I was one of 5, but he executed the other 4. So check out our website, grimleys.com. That's GRIMMLEIGHS. We're actually doing some secret licensed projects. So if you want to see a Grimley's Incredible Hulk, you'll want to go check out our website. We've been challenged, and we'll rise to that challenge. Yes, sir.
Yes.
If it's a secret, how come you put it on the internet?
Because nobody reads the internet.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, the internet's made of porn and cats. Nobody actually looks
And the
for things.
Facebook.
And
No,
I just
no.
like cat porn.
If they didn't want anybody to read it, they'd put it in the Voldemort news.
There you go.
That is
No, that would be if they didn't want anyone to believe it.
yeah, but I've noticed, anybody who's using the internet, really, they're just using it for porn, Facebook, and Netflix, and I'm not, really any one of those. So.
Porn flicks. I enjoy the porn flicks.
It's in my queue. All right. Too Tall Tony is the official designated driver for GeekShowPodcast.com.
Triple T.
We call him Triple T.
He's the guy that if you're having a problem with the podcast or the website or anything, talk to him. 'Cause
Yeah, leave us alone.
I'm out of it.
Dang it.
I'm out of it.
I'm just going to tell you your overthruster's broken.
Yeah.
It's not
And,
my fault, it's yours.
And there you go.
Wait, what about me?
Oh, Shannon.
Oh, really?
I thought you were dead.
Well, no, it's still. I'm just almost dead, asshole.
Actually, I have I have.
Hi,
fan-
well, I'll just introduce myself. Hi, my name's Shannon Barneson.
No, I have fan mail.
I used to be a participant in this fucking program. Now I'm just the hand that keeps the fucking thing from buzzing.
This background, for those of you folks, our mixer is not working unless Shannon touches it.
I have to fucking touch it. Yeah, my name's Shannon.
And you got the touch.
Shannon's become the
I used to
John
have
Ritter of the
fun.
show.
his
And now you can either find me Wednesdays at
pub quiz,
Lucky 13 doing a pub quiz, or I'm on my couch
or
stinking it up.
his dead weight is making the show
Yeah,
go.
my moist palm.
Actually, I have fan mail for you.
Oh,
Shannon.
good. That's good to
But
hear.
first, let's introduce our host, Kerry
then there's-
Jackson.
No, I don't. No,
X96.com.
No. It's Monday through Friday, 6 to 10. I used to
He
be
used to be a team
player.
player. So did I.
This is fan mail for Shannon exclusively.
Oh, good.
Early in the show for me to be crying and snorting.
I'm sorry. I was feeding my toddler lunch the other day when I stopped and did a double take. I started laughing out loud when I realized I had just told him fiercely to eat more ham. Or there was no way in hell he was getting a cookie. Thank you for the laughs, Mr.
Mr.
Participant.
Participant.
It says right there from Josh.
Really sweet.
You know, that's what we used to call the autistic kids I worked for back in the 90s.
Participants.
Well,
Hey, I'm participating.
Hey, Josh, don't make him eat too much ham because he'll have to stop at eating it all when he's 39 years old if you don't watch out.
There's a lot of sodium in ham.
Back off on the ham there, Josh. All right, let's see. Where to begin? Where to begin? Oh, Justin Bieber news.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
where we're starting?
You know what? I'm going to say this right now.
He's a pretty girl.
I do not hate Justin Bieber.
You don't?
I don't. And I
Okay.
don't understand the hate for him. I really don't.
I don't hate him. I just didn't need a documentary about him. Where he's like,
Oh, who the fuck did?
I got famous, and then Usher gave me a hug. It was
whatever.
great.
No,
But that wasn't made
The
for you,
end.
Jimmy. And Jimmy, if that was made for you, we need to talk after the show.
and I'm with Shannon. I don't hate Justin Bieber. I just hate his fans.
Oh.
You
There you
hate
go.
little kids?
Yes.
I actually.
Clearly.
Well, the
Isn't
ones who
that
attacked
obvious?
the one who won the I don't know the girl's name that won Best New Artist at the Grammys,
yeah,
and also they
whatever.
just attacked the hell out of her. She's like, I just won. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
To-
Did you
to
see
which
his
her
recent
response-
appearance to CSI?
Oh yeah, he was shot. On
Yes, he was
CSI.
shot bloodily and killed.
Yes.
I gotta
Bieber was
say,
shot.
as someone that has dealt with many of several generations of children over the last couple of years, you know, I can't begrudge some kid
Pervert.
that's actually worked hard to get where he is,
Okay,
and actually
okay.
sticks to something.
Okay. All
And
right.
you know, and I'm sorry, he's successful. Shut
and-
the fuck up.
And he has a sense of humor about himself.
Yeah,
The only
I think
person
he
I
seems
know,
like a nice enough kid.
the only
Okay.
person I know
Fucking
has any
assholes.
right to really hate Justin Bieber is my 10-year-old daughter. She's sick to death of him, but she's got a reason to hate him. She's tired of all of her friends yakking about him.
I like
Okay.
his
Sure.
new haircut.
You
Well, I
would.
do not like his haircut. I'll tell you that.
Really?
No, I do. That's all right.
Well, you know he got it cut short, right?
Yeah, I saw it. Believe me, I showed
Looks better.
I showed some of the girls in my class, and they were like,
And
"No!"
I, of course, am an expert on haircuts.
That's true. Let me ask you guys, because you saw the Justin Bieber
No, we
movie.
didn't.
No,
they
we
didn't
didn't.
show it to us.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
You still haven't seen it?
No.
I was going to ask
Why-
you how.
I'm gonna pay for that shit.
Like,
Oh, okay, I'm
Well,
sorry.
and why would
I've
we?
dreamed
Our
it.
our reviews would matter to 12-year-old
Yeah.
girls
Yeah.
and desperate 40-year-old women.
It's critic proof.
And
Oh, okay.
more desperate 40-year-old men.
Did anyone
Clearly,
did anyone see it?
I dreamed it.
well, it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's making some money, so apparently people saw it.
Isn't there a PG-13 version coming out?
Was it directed well?
From what I've heard, yes.
It actually got
I-
halfway decent reviews, didn't it?
I'll wait for the next one. when,
Yes.
when he dies of a heroin
Well,
overdose.
because you love Justin Bieber and you love the
Now,
G.I.
I
Joe movie.
don't love him, and I don't like listening to his
No,
music,
you
but I
don't hate
understand
him.
that hate.
Okay. And you also don't understand the hate of the G.I. Joe movie, right?
I don't
Well,
understand
I sort
that
of
either.
understand the hate for that, but I don't.
Is Bieber
I
the
don't
new
hate
G.I.
that
Joe?
either.
I don't understand the hate for the G.I. Joe movie. It was harmless.
It was stupid
had-
as shit.
No,
It
it's
was stupid as shit, but I was
absolutely retarded.
entertained.
Jimmy and I are going to go see the Justin Bieber movie that they make from the rehearsal video after he dies.
Justin Bieber, this is it.
This is it, yes.
And that's what it'll be
This
called.
Bieber it.
It'll be the uncensored version. It'll be "This is shit."
No.
Well, John Chu is the director of the Bieber movie, and he is going to direct G.I. Joe 2.
What?
Yeah.
Good.
G.I. Bieber.
I hope,
hope he shows up.
I hope Bieber is Cobra Commander.
You know, I hope he plays.
Well,
I hope he plays Shipwreck's parrot.
I'm just wondering if if Joseph Gordon-Levitt's still going to play a Cobra Commander now that he has a thriving career.
Actually,
That was a bad idea.
there is a doubt that he will.
Yeah. Well, they don't need it. They just need some guy that can put all that shit on his face and hide behind
Exactly.
things and go. "Ugh."
and breathe poorly. May
next time, G.I. Joe.
may I suggest myself for that role?
Yeah.
I think you would be excellent. It says here Channing Tatum is contractually obligated to return his due.
Well, sure, and he
he's
doesn't
fucked.
care about.
Man, is he pissed.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt about the G.I. Joe movie, but can we lower this camera every time our waitress from Broovies goes by? She's ducking. She's doing everything she can to stay out of the camera shot. Can we lower that every time she passes?
Oh, it's been fun.
Just because she's been trying really
Rio.
hard not to get in the shot, and I think if we dropped it every time she goes by 6 inches, this could be the best show ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
When she walks by with shiny keys, Lee is going to lose
Oh,
it.
that's true. So G.I. Joe.
This
Justin
will
Bieber.
blow your mind, Lee. She also hula hoops.
Wow. Could be the best show ever.
so I had that.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. Ooh, I see news in there that's
What?
just gonna piss
What?
me off.
What, this?
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay.
Ugh.
I didn't know you had an opinion on this.
Oh,
I do
Jesus,
too.
do
Oh my
I
God,
have it?
here we go again.
Oh, it's Preacher. Okay, I'm sorry.
I thought maybe 2.5 Men News was coming up again.
Okay. So Preacher is one of our favorite comics.
My all-time
My
favorite comic.
Mine too.
And let me just tell everyone what it is. It's created by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon. Ran from 95 to 2000. Told the story of a down-and-out Texas preacher possessed by Genesis, a supernatural entity conceived by the unnatural coupling of an angel and a demon.
Isn't that a kind of Hyundai?
And it's
Genesis.
it's
yes.
It was a
filthy.
band.
It's craven.
Ir-
it's
irreverent.
Irreverent. It's anti-religion.
It's anti-everything.
It's anti. Yeah, it's fucking beautiful.
So,
Is it anti-religion or is
Oh.
it just mocking religion?
No,
Oh
it's
God, yes.
well, it
Both.
here's
Garth Ennis, it's anti.
Here's more of it. Given immense powers, the preacher teamed with an old girlfriend
Tulip.
and a hard-drinking Irish vampire
Cassidy.
to set out on a journey across America to find God, who apparently has abandoned his duties in heaven, and hold him accountable for his negligence.
Yes, now-
kill him.
Yeah. Now Jesse Custer, who's the preacher, he's gotten a ability from being possessed by Genesis, which is he's basically got the word of God. He can tell you what to do.
Tells the guy to go fuck himself, and the guy pulls his
Yes.
wiener off. And
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Wow, is he going to run for the state legislature?
he probably will. So they finally.
Well, they
Did we stop that? God. What? You keep. Well, you don't have headphones on, so you don't know. Every time you move that fucking mug.
Okay,
It has
this
been-
mug is going to sit over here,
Oh.
and you'll never hear it again.
God, all
My
right.
apologies. I can't hear a thing through my headphones.
I
I
know.
didn't realize.
I know.
My mistake.
DJ Caruso is going to direct us.
Well, allegedly, because
Allegedly.
as you may remember, this has been through how many different directors. To start with, originally, Rachel Talalay, who directed the Tank Girl movie, was going to make Preacher into a movie, and then it was going to be an HBO miniseries co-created by Mark Steven Johnson, the genius who brought us Ghost Rider and Daredevil, and that fell through. And then Sam Mendes was going to direct it, which actually, if anybody had made it, Sam Mendes would have been a good choice.
Well, and Aronofsky, Darren Aronofsky also wanted to do it.
yes,
but
but instead,
it's DJ Caruso. Now, your problem with him is.
I am number 4.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ,
Or
and,
the
and my problem with it is that movie should just never be fucking made.
it's unadaptable.
It will not be good.
You would have to puss out everything that makes Preacher
You
good.
would, yeah, you would have to pull the
Dude,
guts out of that
See,
whole
I
story.
remember you talking about this, and I think the only way you could do it is if you did an HBO miniseries. Because HBO,
That's what I
no,
think.
I don't
HBO
even think
will
you could do
take-
it. I don't know. You've never read it, have you, Jimmy?
You told me about it. You've told
I
me.
told you about it.
I'm saying, but the content HBO will take dares and go on beyond a normal network
would-
or a
I don't know
movie.
if HBO would take that.
Yeah,
but I
I
think
think
No,
you're
you would
right.
have to read this. It's like way
Yes.
beyond the pale.
What about the
Maybe
producers of
Stars.
Spartacus? I think
Yeah.
they'd have the balls to do
I
it.
was going to say, if you can do the Spartacus on
No,
TV.
I think Spartacus. Spartacus,
is
there's
probably
lots of fighting and fucking in it.
Yes,
and,
but I
and
don't.
lots of like ultra violence, but there's not the thematic like religious
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, okay. I say you're saying that violence and all that is fine, but the American people will
Yes.
not take sacrilege.
There's
No.
too much. There's too much
I think
outrage,
you-
and,
I think
and I
you're
agree.
right.
And I agree with you on the sexual thing, but I just can't see HBO approving a scene in which a guy fucks a big thing made out of meat.
That's true.
Now, on the other hand, we do have a network that is desperate and has new ownership. So, coming to you on NBC,
meat fucker.
I mean, I just don't think they could do it. Like, I mean, okay, like if it was just like sexual and violent, like
Yeah.
they could pull it off. But if it's sexual and violent, and it's
So
like
irreverent.
so irreverent and so like anti-religion, and the guy, there's a retarded descendant of Jesus in it.
Yeah.
That's all fat.
I
that
forgot about that. Yeah.
falls out of a plane and splats a guy.
a devotee of Kurt Cobain who shot himself in the face and survived, and now they call him Arseface.
Because his face looks like a giant asshole.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason why I think Spartacus gets away with the sacrilege is it's not our sacrilege.
Right.
It's
Ah.
our one God.
A bald dude who gets cut on the top of his head, and now his head looks like a
Giant dick for the rest of the series. They just can't do it.
That's
Well,
true. Okay.
I could only see it possibly as HBO, but it sure as ain't fuck going to be DJ Caruso who does this on the
No.
screen.
Yeah,
So you're
not a
basically
fucking
saying it's going
chance.
to be about as faithful to Preacher as Constantine was to Hellblazer.
Less. It would have to be less.
Yeah.
They would have
Because
to
Constantine
gut.
to me had nothing to do with Hellblazer at all.
I liked Constantine.
Yeah,
though.
actually, I did too.
That was a
And
decent
I'd
enough
never
movie.
seen, but I'd never.
It was
read
decent
the
enough, but I
source.
loved the Hellblazer comic, and the two really had very little to do with each other.
And unless somebody just gave somebody like the $100 million and said, "Here, go ahead and make a Preacher movie. We're not going to say a goddamn thing. Go ahead and make the Preacher movie you want to make based on the series. Take whatever you want to and just do it." That's the only way it should be made.
If somebody gave me $100 million,
Well, I
I'm
haven't-
going to Brazil.
I have an idea. For $300 million, we'll buy the rights to Preacher.
Maybe me, you, and Nathan Fillion.
Let's get our own thing on the Facebook.
Yeah, we'll get our own
But
site together.
Does everything need to be made into a goddamn movie?
No.
According
I-
to Hollywood, yes.
I agree with you. I mean, but again, 10
Geek
years
show
ago,
the movie.
if you'd have told me 10 years ago they're making a Captain America movie, I would have said that's going to fail miserably.
And you know what's
Yeah,
funny
well,
is
so-
you see all these. Just watched Guardians of Gahul, which was okay for a kids movie, but no one's adapted Bone. Jeff Smith's Bone movie would be one of the most easily adaptable kids movies out there. No one's touched it anywhere near.
Actually, Lee,
What's that?
it was in development as an animated movie. They just could not get the funds to actually make it.
But it's
I
a
don't-
no-brainer
I'm sorry.
to me.
I'm sorry. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think you're probably right. I think the one taboo that would have a very difficult time getting past is religion. Anti-mocking religion. But it is interesting, the stuff, because I used to say for years that Lord of the Rings couldn't be made into a movie.
well,
Yeah, but
because
that-
of its
those are for,
scale.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a different reason.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at religion in TV shows, though, Big Love,
Yeah.
especially this last season, has been uber Mormon-y. I mean, they've been really peeling back and showing
Yep.
a lot of Mormon stuff, even
Yep.
more so than the complaints from the early years.
Yep.
So I don't know. Well, but that's Mormons. That's not
Yeah, most
it's
people
not,
are-
it's
it's
not
not
like
the big one.
the,
You know
the
what I
big
mean?
one.
Most people out of Utah think Mormonism's a cult, so it's,
So I was gonna
it's,
say,
it's an
outside of-
easy target.
Outside of Utah, no one cares.
Yeah. All right. I would. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Read the comic is what we're saying.
Yes.
Read the comic. Don't ever go see the movie because it'll stink.
I'm looking forward to Jimmer, the movie.
Jimmer.
You know that's going to get made.
I don't know.
You know what? Here's my
Impossible
prediction.
Story.
know
Here's
who
my
that is,
prediction. I would never predict this under any other circumstances. BYU's basketball team will play in the Final Four. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I will be out of the country and miss it and kill myself.
Oh,
It's gonna be because of Jimmer Christ.
If you kill yourself over a basketball game, I'm going to be really disappointed in you.
That would be, yeah.
Maybe a soccer game.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
start
to think a little less
Maybe
of you.
football.
Jimmer Christ. I'm gonna start saying that from now on.
Well, I always thought that. Well, never mind.
That blonde boy can play some basketball.
I'm writing down Jimmer Christ. Let's see. Here's a little something. You know, every time I turn on the internet, I see that Guillermo del Toro's working on something else.
Yep.
Yeah.
He,
Guy's
he's
got his-
become the new Robert Rodriguez.
He's got his fingers in more pies than
I mean, you know, and then
I wish I had my finger in that many pies.
and then
pie.
and then it's like, okay, I'm going to start working on The Hobbit, and then he gets a heart attack, and so he stops. And then I read today that he's going to start making TV commercials.
And
What?
Yeah.
on top of that, he's written some very
For
good horror
Doritos?
novels.
For the Genesis, for the Hyundai Genesis.
I don't know what, but now I found this, and this is some older news. This is he and Jim Henson's people are working on a 3D stop motion animated Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But they say it's going to be dark.
Oh, sure.
Well, it's Guillermo del
yeah.
Toro.
I just
Like
want
Pan's
somebody to
Labyrinth.
make this Pinocchio movie based off of Guillermo del Toro's notes, because if you haven't read anything that Guillermo del Toro has written, you don't realize how much this guy swears. He
Oh,
drops
yeah.
the F-bomb
What's the
like every third word.
He's got the vampire books out that are
Oh,
pretty
the
good.
strain thing.
Yeah, the
He's-
strain.
He's
and
going the odd direction of making Geppetto a pedophile. So it's going to be weird.
That is an interesting
Well,
choice.
isn't that whole trip to the island, even in the Disney movie, kind of dark?
Yeah.
Well, and that's what he says. He says there has to be darkness in any fairy tale or children's narrative work, something the Brothers Grimm, Hans Christian Andersen, and Walt Disney understood. We tend to call something Disneyfied, but a lot of people forget how powerfully disturbing the best animated Disney movies are,
Yeah.
including those kids being turned into donkeys
Yeah.
in Pinocchio. I just remember, because I was a little kid, the whale, Monstro the whale, gave
Yeah.
me
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
gave me nightmares.
Thing was mean looking.
You know, the donkey thing didn't bother me. I thought it would be kind of cool, but
Really?
Monstro was.
But you lived on a farm.
That's true.
I actually tried to jump off the Pinocchio ride when it went towards the whale when I was about 4 years old. I was so out of there.
We've lost more kids that way on that ride.
Listen to what he says about Pinocchio, and this is interesting to me. The blue fairy is really a dead girl's spirit. Boom, boom, boom.
Now, is he
Okay.
getting this from the original source material, or is he just making it
That's
up?
what he's looking at.
Okay.
Pinocchio has strange moments of lucid dreaming bordering on hallucination with black rabbits.
And he spends a lot of time working in a bordello with that giant nose of his.
The sperm whale that swallows Pinocchio. Hang on. Let me read that again.
Sperm whale?
The sperm whale that swallows Pinocchio.
Sperm and swallow in the same sentence.
It was actually a giant dogfish,
What?
Ooh.
which allows for more classical scale and design. The many mishaps Pinocchio goes through include several near-death close calls.
What the hell is a dogfish?
It's a type of fish.
Fish
It's
looks
like a big
dog.
shark. It's like a little
Yeah.
shark.
It's kind of like a, I don't know. So anyway, he's making it, and
I'm
here's
gonna look it up right now.
this is even cooler. Nick Cave is going to do the music.
Oh,
for it.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
It's gonna be really dark. I wonder how dark his old El Paso salsa commercials are gonna be.
When they
Say
say
those
Santa,
guys get a rope, it's gonna get all fucked up.
Especially if he does the narration. Get a fucking rope.
I've just always wanted to see a hobbit with a Swiffer.
New
Yeah,
York
I-
fucking City.
I should have printed up that story about how he's going to be making TV commercials, but I didn't. I should have.
Those
Doing all
Swiffer
this
commercials are
product-
pretty dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing all this product placement.
These
Do you think
fucking
we'll get
Swiffer
anything
won't get
free?
all the
Well, no,
fucking
you have to
dirt
see
off
the
the
ones where
fucking
the-
ground.
Where the dust and the dirt really, do they just want to die?
because they're depressed.
Then it's like, when are they gonna take us away?
Well, I always felt that those Raid commercials could have been a lot more dark.
They really could have.
You know,
Or Hot
They-
Pockets.
Carrie, do you get free stuff because you mentioned products on the air? I'm just curious.
Not as far as you know,
Oh, I'm just curious.
As far as you know.
or as far as
'Cause I'm trying to think how many times I
Whoa!
as
I'm
far
trying to
as
think how
What's
many
going on
times I
here?
mentioned Hyundai Genesis.
How much ham do you have at your house?
Well, the problem with you mentioning Hyundai Genesis, Scott, is that doesn't exist, so they can't give you one.
He doesn't know that. Don't tell him.
Oh,
He makes up cars in his head.
Hyundai,
Carrie's
give me a
got
Genesis.
Carrie's got a shitload of Mandalobber action figures.
Every month I host a fake meeting in my basement that Scott thinks he's selling another car idea.
They've told him it's the new sovereign class of Hyundai.
There we go.
The
You see, this one should have a
but-
radio on the inside.
Yes, but it
edition
came
has a
down to
different-
it, and I said Japanese car, Korean car, and I bought the
Each
Japanese.
edition has a different number of floors.
the Honda Swallow will be out next month.
yes,
What?
using our patented dogfish technology, the Swallow will be out
The check's in the mail, Scott.
very soon. You want to take a break, Scott?
I don't know.
I don't know. He looks like he needs to reset a little bit. So let's take a break here. After
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Ding.